Hey, I'm Hunt, and this is Hunt on LSU, your channel for LSU Fighting Tiger football talk. Enjoy the video. We want you to leave a comment below, hit that like button, and subscribe right below the video. Enjoy.
So Nick Saban was on Capitol Hill, and I think most of you that are listening that are plugged into sports understand that he's been up there kind of expressing his displeasure with the state of college football. And I think there are a lot of fans that agree with Nick Saban, and I've heard a lot of that this is ridiculous, it's pay for play, it's the wild, wild west, it's impossible for coaches, these kids don't deserve to get that kind of money coming out of high school, and the transfer portal's out of control, and most fans feel that way. And then most people that I follow on Twitter that are sports media people are going, well, tough. Like, the coaches make $1 bajillion, and the athletic departments make $1 bajillion, and the television product is worth $1 bajillion, and the players are the ones that create all that, so they should get their piece of the pie. And tough luck, Nick Saban. You've made millions and millions and millions of dollars on this deal. And those are the two most prevailing thoughts that I've seen. And I've kind of, y'all know that I've ridden the fence on this a little bit because I do recognize how difficult this is to maintain a program. And I do realize that young people often make very poor decisions and are a little bit immature, and that some of this may not be warranted. But I also see the side of the value that they've created. I have a hard time looking at collegiate athletes and saying, guess what? At 18, if you star in a movie, you get rich. At 18, you want to go fight for your country and die, you can go ahead and do it. At 18, if you want to go on YouTube and make videos that get bajillions of views, you can get really rich on that. At 18, you want to go in the Olympics, win gold, you can do that. But if you play football, no money for you. That's really hard for me to make that distinction. Like, in all walks of life except collegiate athletics, basically, you create a bunch of value, you can capitalize on it. But at the same time, I do see the other side of, like, this is creating a culture that is volatile here, and it may have gone a little bit too far. But this is where I ultimately land on this, and it is a little bit of fence sitting, but I've taken a lot of time to really think about this. I believe that the reason we as fans may wrestle with this sometimes is because even though we knew that money was very much involved, whether it was in the recruiting process or whatever the case may be, we believed that the student athletes that put on our colors did that because they love the school and they want to represent the university. That may have been fantasy land, but I do believe in some instances, and maybe in a lot of instances, it was very much true. Guys from our state that wanted to play for our school. If you talk about professional athletics, a lot of those guys don't choose where they play. They get selected and they got to go. In the NBA, that happens, and they can't wait to get out of wherever they are. And that's professional sports. In college, you chose to come here. You chose to represent us. We've walked the same hallways you have. There was a connectivity with it that I don't know exists in professional athletics. And that hit home with certainly me, and I think a lot of people in collegiate athletics. And now, whether or not, or it was true to an extent, but how true that really was, we feel a long way away from that now. Because Nick Saban is telling us that every single player, I'm not trying not to be hyperbolic, is telling us that a lot of players, certainly more than ever, are walking in saying, I need to play now and I need to get this much money. That's what he's saying. And so while I have a hard time telling collegiate student athletes, you can't make any money, I also am missing the ability to say, man, those guys fight for Old State U, and those days are gone because you've got professional sports. And I guess that was inevitable when this much money came through. This much money didn't exist in the 70s. So it felt a certain way. Now we just don't necessarily have that. I think that's hard for a lot of collegiate sports fans. I think it just is. And if you're winning, all this kind of goes away. I don't think Georgia fights this as bad. LSU's baseball program doesn't fight this as bad because everything's so good. the second things start to wobble, those conversations start being had, and it's just not quite what we're used to. And I think that's the most uncomfortable thing for me. But they'll keep playing, and a new group of guys will keep putting on purple and gold in every sport every year, and I'm still going to pull for them. So we'll just have to get right on over it and let the people who are in charge of making these decisions make these decisions.
Hey, thanks for watching Hunt on LSU. Before you get out of here, do us a couple of favors. Hit that like button, leave your comments below, and subscribe to the channel for all your Fighting Tiger football talk. See you next time.